So we developed a risk assessment form for our assistants to evaluate the risk of a child disappearing that is in our care. This was made, the risk assessment was made after a few of the children that we had in our care did disappear, and we started to think of ways to prevent them from disappearing. And once we tried it out a couple of times and through trial and error, we made this list, and we have found that it really does work. And it's from simple things as offering them a bed, offering to wash their clothes, offering them some food, and it goes even further to making sure that these children know that we are not the police, that we are not here, that we really are here to help them out. On the list, but also off the list, what's really important for us is for the children to know that we are there for them, that we are on their side in the sense that we are not police, we do not want to question them, if they don't want to tell their stories, they don't have to. They're safe with us. That's one of the most important things for them to know. And others, like little practicalities, and not having to explain it every time a situation like this happens, but to make sure that all of our staff and all of the assistants, all of the carers know what to do in these situations and follow these steps. There's been a lot of trainings. We try to provide all of our staff with basic training when they start, which is from our mission and vision, so everything from what we stand for, so that they have a very clear understanding of what we do and what we don't do and how we work. And then throughout the year, or throughout all their periods that they work with us, they can follow several trainings. We make sure that once we develop new risk assessments or other procedures, that we always explain it to them. There's a lot of team supervision moments, team meetings at which we can discuss. Also, we can discuss when something went right or when something went wrong. When they have questions, we have in-house psychologists and team leaders that are always aware of the latest developments and that are always spreading this message through their teams. Usually we check it when we already think there might be a risk. So a big indicator is the police involved? For example, is it someone who's been brought to us by the police because they were found living on the street, because they have suspicion that they're involved in criminal activity? That's always a big red flag for us. And another moment where we really go, okay, this is a high risk, is when a child is in our care, but not because they've asked to be, but because they've been placed in our care. So be it by their guardian, be it by the local authorities, a juvenile court. So it's when it's not them asking for help, but someone else asking for help. So when a child goes missing from our care, we really only have an assisting role. It's mostly the guardian is the one who has to make decisions. So they have to make legal decisions or decisions on what to do next. But we can advise them. We always make sure that they know they have the information that we can give them. We are always a bit we don't want to just give them any information, because if the child does return into our care, we still need to have the trust bond. So we give them the information they need to know. Then it's the guardian's responsibility to follow the procedure. The police, we always have to tell the police if a child does go missing. We try to give them the information that they would need, but we also still try to have the best interest of the child in the back of our head, because we feel that the bond of trust that we have built with this child is equally important. Obviously, the police needs to know what they have to know for the child's safety, but we try to assess what they need to know and what's nice to know.